Hi everybody and welcome to James' House of Rock. Today we will be talking about one of my favorite punk emo bands, My Chemical Romance. Formed in Belleville, New Jersey, that is where Gerard and Mikey are from, with members Gerard and Mikey Way, Mikey being bass and Gerard the singer, Ray Toro, and Frank Iero, both on guitars. There were some past members, Bob Breyer, who was the drums for the Black Parade, Matt Pilliser, he was the drums for Bullets Through Three Cheers, and James Dewees, piano for Bullets and Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge. They're known for a good stage presence. So their first album, I Brought You My Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love, was released 2002 through Eyeball Records, which was a local record label from where they're from. It was produced by Jeff Rickley from the band Thursday, if any of you have heard of them. It was recorded in a basement studio named Nabu Studios, and had the single Vampires Will Never Hurt You. It's a really good song. I suggest looking it up. It was cool. There's for the recording process of this album, when they first started, Gerard had a toothache and he was in no mood to sing. So he had the surgery and he came back, and to get him back in the mood, the producer of the album hugged him and then punched him in the face. They say that was the best recording he ever had. So their second album, which I have here, Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge, was released 2004 through Reprise Records. It was produced by Howard Benson. It was their first album released on a big name label and had the single I'm Not Okay, I Promise. There are videos for I'm Not Okay, I Promise, Ghost of You, and Helena. I'm Not Okay's video was actually produced by Mark Webb, which you may know as the director of the Amazing Spider-Man films. Helena, one of the videos is for Gerard Way's grandmother, and him regretting not being there when she died. He was out on tour. He was scheduled to come back the day after, actually. You can hear it in the lyrics, "Things are better if I stay," in the chorus. Their next release, and probably one of their bigger ones, The Black Parade. It was released 2006 through Reprise Records, produced by Rob Cavallo, and it was a concept album about a man and his suffering through cancer before he dies. It's actually a pretty dark tone, a lot of dark songs on there too. That's where the emo comes into play. They had singles Welcome to the Black Parade, Famous Last Words, I Don't Love You, and Teenagers. There are music videos for all the singles. Again, great music videos. I definitely suggest looking them up. There's actually a hidden track at the end of the album that also has a music video called Blood. It's a very simple minute and a half song. It's actually a pretty good song for being just a hidden one. And this album debuted at number 2 on the UK charts. Their fourth and final release, Danger Days, The True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys, was released 2010 through Reprise Records and was also produced by Rob Cavallo. It was a concept album about 4 superheroes protecting a girl from Better Living Industries in a post-apocalyptic world. Better Living Industries is kind of like a giant corporation that took over after a supposed Great War, and built this city named Battery City that's kind of run down. All of the band members had their names for their superheroes. Gerard Way was Party Poison, Ray Toro, Jetstar, Frank Iero was the Fun Ghoul, and Mikey Way was Cobra Kid. Their costumes are amazing. If I had the album on me, I'd show you. I think they're on the inside lyric book. Maybe I'll edit in some pictures later. It had the singles Na Na Na, Sing, Bulletproof Heart, and The Only Hope for Me Is You, and Planetary Go. There are videos for Na 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 and Sing, as well as many different promotional videos, including weather reports from Battery City, where the album takes place. The videos actually go together and shows them as their superheroes, fighting Draculoids and Scarecrows, which are the army of Better Living Industries. There was actually a comic written by Gerard Way that followed the album, telling the story after the whole videos and album. One of the promotional things that came with Danger Days was the Mad Gear and Missile Kid. It was a EP by a fictional band, which was pretty much just them, of the same name. It was through Reprise Records and came with a special edition of Danger Days. It only had 3 songs on it. You can't find it on iTunes. I've already checked. So if you know where to find a special edition of Danger Days, it probably has it. Then later on, they had Conventional Weapons, which was released as a series of 5 singles between 2012 and 2013. It was produced by Brendan O'Brien through Reprise Records. You can't buy them as a whole, but you can buy all 5 singles. There's two songs on each one. Each one's album cover has a different weapon on it. Their lead singer, Gerard Way, has since released a solo album following My Chemical Romance's breakup. He actually went through a pretty dark past, suffering from depression, anxiety, and alcoholism. He is since over that. He is married to Lindsay and has one daughter, Bandit Way. I think Bandit's a pretty good name. He grew up with his brother Mikey in New Jersey, as mentioned before. Before he was in a band, he wanted to be a comic artist and has since released comics after the fact. He had his first comic published when he was 15, and it was called On the Raven's Wings, out of Boneyard Publishing. It's pretty hard to find, and it's a very dark and bloody tone, so might not be suited. And then he has 2 volumes of another series that was just released recently called The Umbrella Academy. Volume 1 is Apocalypse Suite, and Volume 2 is Dallas. I've personally read them, and they are one of the best independent comics I've read, so definitely worth reading. Scheduled later this year is Volume 3, Hotel Oblivion, and a untitled 4th volume that are supposed to come back to back. As I mentioned before, there's also comics based on the Danger Days that follow as like a sequel to the album, written by him. And he has announced another series out later this year called All Ages, about cats in high school. This should definitely be a very interesting, definitely an interesting series to look into when it comes out. I will probably mention it when it does. And he will make his big-time appearance writing for the current Spider-Man story arc, Spider-Verse. For his solo career and albums, we have Hesitant Alien, which I have here. It was released just last year, September 2014, through Reprise Records, and was produced by Doug McKean. Singles include Action Cat, No Shows, and Millions. Where Action Cat came from, I can't even tell you. The lyrics say nothing from that. There are videos for No Shows and Millions, as well as an audio video for Action Cat. And unlike his past My Chemical Romance punk emo, this is more of a pop electric feel. He's also made many other appearances, such as Wrong Child's Falling in Love Will Kill You, and Dead Mouse, Professional Grievers. Now, the Professional Grievers is a really good song on top of. The video is deadmau5 and Gerard Way fighting giant mechanical robots in a glass dome. So definitely worth watching. Some of the other side bands that happened after My Chemical Romance's breakup is Frank Iero and The Calibration. You spell that by taking the A out of Frank and then putting Iero right up against it. And it's actually funny, Frank Iero did everything on this album, including all the instruments. He produced it and wrote all the lyrics, except he had drums on like 2 tracks from a friend. His first album, Stomach Aches, was released again just last year, 2014, through Staple Records. Had singles Weighted and Joyriding, and there's a video for both. The Weighted one is awesome. It's like a zombie thing where it involves Frank Iero coming back to life. Then Mikey Way also came in and did Electric Century. So far, they've only released 1 single called I Lied, and the album is set for sometime early this year. Nothing has been announced since. I'm on their mailing list, so I'll announce some stuff too whenever they announce it. The last member releasing a solo album, they all decided to make solo albums, is Ray Toro. His album is set to be named Minimization Procedure. No other details have been given so far, but if you go on his website, raytoro.com, you can hear 2 songs that he released that I'm not sure if are part of the album or not, called Isn't That Something and For the Lost and Brave. I've heard both. For the Lost and Brave was an awesome song, and definitely worth listening to. I have this book here that was just recently given to me by a friend called Not the Life It Seems, The True Lives of My Chemical Romance. It's a great book and tells of their history as a band and their multiple albums. This is where I got most of my information from the first couple albums, since I'm only halfway through. It has a whole photo gallery and everything in it, which is great. And definitely worth reading. It's actually, all the chapters are either album names or song titles, like 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge, Head First for Halos, I Brought You My Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love. In fact, the actual name of the book is taken from a lyric. Not the Life It Seems is from I'm Not Okay, I Promise. The first line of the second verse is, what will it take to show you that it's not the life it seems? And then obviously True Lives of My Chemical Romance's True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys. This book, written by Tom Bryant, his first book, it consists of interviews that he's had over the years with them throughout their whole history. So, some new albums coming out. There aren't many coming out. Our Fall Out Boy's American Beauty, American Psycho is out now. I heard it's a really good album. I have a lot of friends that are into Fall Out Boy, and I don't mind them myself. And Papa Roach, Fear, is also out now. Fear stands for Face Everything and Rise, and there's also a video for their single, if you'd like to watch it, of the same name. So, some concerts. Anybody that was going to see Linkin Park this tour, I regret to inform you that the tour has been canceled. Chester has a leg injury that needs immediate medical attention. So after 3 shows, they had to cancel the whole Hunting Party tour. I was actually supposed to go see them this Saturday, or tonight. And I was super disappointed when I got a text from my friend that we weren't going to go see it. There's ZZ Top, March 7th at Foxwoods. Dropkick Murphys, March 12th at the House of Blues. Boston Calling is coming back around May 22nd through 24th at the Boston City Hall Plaza. Gerard Way will be there playing the Hesitant Alien tour. And U2, July 14th at TD Garden. Now, I also have some very bad news. The punk world was hit hard this Monday night with the information that Tom DeLonge has officially left Blink-182. Now, for those of you that remember, he went through the whole procedure that he did last time when Blink-182 didn't get back together for 10 years. It's a big fight. Mark and Travis don't know what to do yet. Right now they have Matt Shipka from the Alkaline Trio replacing him for the upcoming Musnick Festival, which is led by Travis Barker. I actually forgot to put that on my new concerts. I'm not sure the date, but it has Bad Religion, Blink-182 with Matt Shipka, and a bunch of other side bands. Now, hopefully, this gets all sorted out before the new album is supposed to come out, but so far, I'm not sure about the future of the new album. More updates, I'll put them on my website, and they'll probably be announced on here as updates come in. So, new news in this show. This will be the final episode of our first season. The second season will be on air by this summer. And the reason I'm ending it for right now is I'm actually going to be focusing on movies full time. So check out, I'll put the websites at the end. Dueling Dragon Productions is my movie company. We have a blog and Instagram accounts, and our newly opened up gaming, publishing, and record company. So I will probably be making a lot of mention of our Dueling Dragon records since we just signed our first artist and are planning to release something soon. So I'd like to thank you all for watching, and it's time to say farewell to Season 1. I'll see you guys all at Season 2. Thank you for watching James' House of Rock. Yeah.
You know there's still 10 minutes.
I know.
Okay, just make sure you edit in some extra stuff to put in, right?
Yep.